Mhm.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Conversations with Carrie. Today, we have a truly inspiring guest, Senior Enlisted Staff Sergeant John Wahrman. Many know Staff Sergeant Wahrman because of his dedicated military service, where navigating high pressure environments and leading by example are part of the daily mission. But today, we're going to be talking about a different kind of mission, his powerful integration of mental health education into his military service. We'll be discussing his personal journey, how he's working to break down the stigmas surrounding mental illness, and his exciting role in the upcoming 2026 Global Healthcare Conference. John, it is an absolute honor to have you with us today. Thank you for your service and thank you for being here to share your story.
Yes, I'm elated to be here. Thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much for your invite. And I am really looking forward to conference.
Awesome. Okay, so Staff Sergeants, we're just going to jump right in. So,
Yes, please.
as a senior enlisted staff sergeant, you clearly have
Hmm.
extensive experience navigating high pressure military environments. What initially sparked your passion and subsequent transition into the field of mental health education?
Well, I must say, my mental health advocacy is deeply enrooted in the memories of my community's struggle right after Hurricane Ivan back in 2004.
Yeah.
Um, it left hundreds displaced, grappling with the unseen wounds, right? Witnessing this, it stemmed my mental health focus, seeing the suffering, people being homeless, the uncertainty, the anxiety, and the resilience. It left an indelible mark on me. Later, after joining the GDF, I was entrusted as a senior enlisted with the welfare of soldiers. Listening to their stories, spotting those silently battling with demons, and addressing personal administration. Right? This is what really fueled my mental health focus. Uh, I realized that in Jamaica, yeah, where pressures mounted, and you know, the overall stigma with mental health, it kind of the persons don't really take it very serious, right? This is what really stemmed my focus, and up to today's date, it is what keeps me really focused on this. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Staff Sergeant. Wow, Ivan, and here we are in Melissa, so many
Yes,
years
yes.
later. So, Staff Sergeant, how do the leadership, the discipline, the resilience skills that you developed during your military training and I guess exercised now translate into your current work advocating for mental wellness?
All right. So let me say this. The core values of the Jamaica Defense Force: courage, commitment, integrity, loyalty, and discipline is what every soldier lives by. Now, in advocating for mental health, it is the heartbeat of my journey. It is what guides me. It is a guiding star. Good. And, you know, it is these core values is grounded in my mission to uplift mental health right across Jamaica. These values are more than just words. They are the essence of why I do what I do. The reason I push forward, even with well, even when the roads get rough and tough, the roads really get rough and tough with mental health. They're the foundation upon which I build my framework. The principles that guide every decision, every action, every conversation, right? It helps me to create uh, spaces for healing. It helps me to empower communities to heal and to champion mental wellness. It also helps me to foster hope and resilience in those I touch. Every step and every step forward is a testament to this, to the power of these values. And I'm honored to walk this path, touching the lives and fostering hope, one conversation at a time.
I like that, one conversation at a time.
Yes.
So, as an active duty member of the military, engaging in mental health education,
Mhm.
what has been the most surprising or the most rewarding hurdle you've overcome?
Wow. There's so much. There's so much. But the one that really stick out right now is I can recall there was this young man, you know, he was navigating a lot of challenges. He was referred to me by a counselor, actually. Honestly, it was a bundle of frustration and pain manifesting out towards behaviors. This made him an outcast in his community. Initially, our conversations really felt that they were hitting a brick wall. I was not getting through to him. Despite my best efforts to mentor him, he seemed resistant to change. But I refused to give up.
Yeah.
Some weeks passed, and I decided to shift gears, just to peel back the layers a bit, and just to understand the narrative that had shaped him as an individual. As he began to recount his story, the facade crumbled, and I witnessed firsthand the weight that this young man was carrying.
Mhm.
That moment marked uh, a profound turning point. He began to confront his demons, and I realized the transformative power of truly being heard.
Mhm.
Fast forward to today's date, and this young man he will be graduating from the police academy next week,
Awesome.
like literally
Awesome.
next week. You know,
Awesome.
uh, it is. I feel so. I feel really good. And that is really one of the greatest obstacles. This went on for weeks. Trust me.
Yes.
And it's really moments like these. Yeah, they are a poignant reminder of why I do this work, and they fuel my passion to continue pushing boundaries and to foster hope.
Fantastic. That's a really lovely and inspiring story,
Yeah.
not to give up on someone because of how they present.
Hmm.
And right now, there's often stigma surrounding mental health, particularly in tactical environments, in law enforcement, and in the healthcare professions, where it is expected that law enforcement personnel, healthcare personnel may be without um, mental illness. So, how does your background now uniquely position you to break down those barriers for others?
All right. So, firstly, I acknowledge the stigma surrounding mental health, particularly in pressure professionals. However, I'm proud to say that within the Jamaica Defense Force and our support networks, we work diligently to create robust systems that prioritize mental well being. Right? Everyone affected by poor mental health is treated with utmost respect and sensitivity, and our systems are designed to get people the help they need and to get them back on track. My background allows me to confidently endorse these systems, and I believe they're a testament to our commitment to supporting mental health.
Thank you so very much. That's really good to hear. You don't necessarily get information regarding the happenings within the defense force. So this is really, really lovely to hear. And I'm sure our audience, are going to be inspired. So you're bringing your unique perspective to the 2026 Global Healthcare Conference. What is your specific role during the conference?
All right, so my focus will be on prioritizing mental health resilience, and recovery strategies, particularly for communities like Western Jamaica grappling with the psychological aftermath of disasters like Hurricane Melissa. I'll share insights on integrating mental health support into disaster response frameworks, emphasizing early intervention, community based approaches, and reducing stigma to foster holistic healing.
All right. We look forward to that. I do have another question for you. Given the diverse community focused humanitarian nature of this year's conference, and you've just explained some of what you're going to be presenting, but is there a core message that you're most eager to share regarding mental health?
So, let me say this: mental health is everybody's business. I repeat, mental health is everybody's business because mental health is a respecter of no person. We must prioritize mental wellness alongside physical recovery. And that's my main message.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So, how does the overarching mission of the 2026 Global Healthcare Conference align with your personal goals for healthcare advocacy and education?
Well, the mission of this conference resonates deeply with my soul as it's about igniting movement of compassion, empathy, and support for those struggling in the shadows of mental health challenges. For me, it's very personal. It's about Western Jamaica, it's about the people I've met, it's about the lives we can change. This conference is a beacon of hope for the communities reeling from disasters, right? And I'm honored to be a part of it, pushing for a future where mental health is prioritized, stigma is dismantled, and everyone gets the support they deserve.
Thank you so very much for that. I was traveling down to St. Elizabeth from Kingston yesterday, and
Mhm.
the entire conversation was about mental health and how little focus it gets, and the worries of the community about what is going to happen to those who need mental health care and does not have access to it. So, for healthcare professionals, law enforcement officers, principals, teachers, spiritual leaders, community members, parents, considering whether or not to attend the conference, why do you think the 2026 Global Healthcare Conference is a must attend event?
All right. So this conference is more than just a gathering. It is a lifeline for those that are battling mental health back in Western Jamaica. It's a chance to be a part of a movement that says we care. To the people of Western Jamaica and to all those affected by disasters, this conference is a promise that your struggles are seen, your pain is heard, and your resilience is valued. So, for all those considering whether or not to join, right? Uh, Please join us. Let's walk this path together towards healing, hope, and a brighter future for all.
Oh, that is so very well said. I could not have said it better, and I really thank you for that, Staff Sergeant Warman. Now, question: how do you see the integration of mental health education improving the future of holistic healthcare, especially when it comes to engaging with children, the general public, and how do you see this conference specifically addressing that vital need?
So it's a matter of rebuilding lives. Good. Um, by weaving mental health support into the fabric of our communities, our schools, and healthcare systems, we can create a culture of prevention, early intervention, and compassionate support. For children in Western Jamaica growing up amidst the shadows of trauma, this means equipping them with coping skills, resilience, and a safe place to express themselves. For the general public, it means breaking the silence around mental health, fostering inclusive communities, and ensuring no one walks alone in their struggles. This conference will address these needs by spotlighting innovative community driven approaches to mental health education tailored for contexts like situations in Western Jamaica, empowering attendees to the catalyst for change into their own spheres.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Wahrmann. So, what are the most valuable, actionable takeaways you believe attendees will bring back to their own communities, to their practices, and to the environment after leaving the conference?
Well, attendees will depart with a treasure trove of practical strategies for one, insightful knowledge, and heartfelt connections that will empower them to reduce stigma, foster resilience, and cultivate supportive environments in their own communities. They'll be equipped to champion mental health initiatives, advocate for change, and inspire others to prioritize mental wellness, ultimately creating a rippling effect of positive change that will resonate not just in Western Jamaica, but right across the wider Jamaica.
Thank you so much. We do look forward to hearing from you, Staff Sergeant Wahrman. We want to thank you so much for taking the time to share your incredible journey and your insights for us today. We thank you for your dedicated military service and your passionate advocacy for integrating mental health education into high pressure environments, especially as it is right now, as we try to build back from Hurricane Melissa, not just the physical structures, but to address the unseen mental impacts that it may have, not just on our caregivers, but also on our children. All right.
Yes.
You've you're truly inspiring. You've given us a lot to think about. And we look forward to hearing from you and breaking down the stigmas surrounding mental illness in our community and begin to focus on mental wellness, as you so nicely highlighted today. And so,
Yes.
to our audience, ladies and gentlemen, do not miss this chance to hear more from Staff Sergeant Wahrman at this upcoming 2026 Global Healthcare Conference, April 28th to April 30 in Silo, St. Elizabeth, Jamaica. Tickets are available at https://pggm.zohoecommerce.com. Thank you all for joining us today, and we look forward to continuing this vital conversation on the next Conversation with Harry. Staff Sergeant Wahrman, thank you so very much.
You're most welcome. It was a pleasure being here, and I'm looking forward to this well organized conference that will be impacting lives.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the future of healthcare. Get ready for the 2026 Global Healthcare Conference. We invite you to join us for a vital conversation about resiliency and rebuilding in the global healthcare landscape. This year's conference is essential, focusing on the critical conversation started in 2024. Jamaica is actively rebounding from the most devastating natural disaster in recent memory. Our core focus is on conversations that translate into practical action for sustainable recovery. We are continuing discussions on crucial topics like climate change adaptation and mental health. We will focus on healthcare leadership, technology, and innovation as pillars for future readiness. The 2026 conference will be highly interactive, moving beyond theory to deliver essential skills and competencies. Participants will engage in hands-on workshops and focused discussions to translate knowledge into action. This is all designed for sustainable recovery and future preparedness for individuals, institutions, and communities. Our location choice reflects a deep commitment to localized rebuilding efforts. The conference will be held in Siloa, St. Elizabeth, an area hardest hit by the hurricane. This location provides a direct, on-the-ground context for our discussions and skill-building sessions. Let's look at the key focus areas and the vital messages within them. First, mental health and well-being, focusing on leadership frameworks for prioritizing mental health in post-disaster recovery and long-term care. Next, healthcare leadership, building agile, responsive, and equitable healthcare systems in vulnerable environments. Finally, climate change adaptation, technology, and innovation, focusing on practical strategies for resilient infrastructure and leveraging emerging technologies for recovery and sustainability. Don't miss out on this crucial step toward a future-ready healthcare system. Secure your ticket today. Early registration is encouraged due to limited capacity. Consider sponsoring a ticket for a community leader or affected individual to participate in this vital event. Be a part of Jamaica's journey toward greater resiliency. Register now. See links in description for more information.